Game 82, final game of the regular season for the Associated Nuggets in San Antonio, looking to clinch the 3 seed with a win in the West. Jokic playing, Wemby not. First quarter action. Jokic cutting to the basket, lays it in. A few minutes later, Carter Bryant for the Spurs has the temerity to throw it down on Jokic. Well, that only got him going. You don't do this on number 15 and get away with it. Halfway through the second quarter, Jokic, top of the key, 3. That rhymes. A few possessions later, off of a miss, Jokic with the tip. Denver up 19. Next possession, Jokic inside the paint with a floater finisher. 22-0 run in the second quarter, tied for the longest unanswered run the Spurs have given up in the play-by-play era. Denver up at the break. Jokic sat the second half. Bruce Brown does the rest here. Nuggets go on to win, clinch that 3 seed. All Jokic needed to do was play 15 minutes Sunday to meet the 65-game threshold for postseason awards. He played 18 minutes, got 23 points, 8 boards. This is ridiculous. The Joker averaged nearly 13 rebounds and 11 assists per game this season, both of which led the league. He is the first player in league history to lead in both of those categories in a season. Nuggets locked into the 3 at the same time the Lakers at home against the Jazz. LeBron early first quarter. Steps back, knocks it down. Lakers up 4 early on. Later in the first, the steal. James on the break. Lobs it to Ayton. 32-22 at the end of the first for Los Angeles. Second quarter, James on the inbound. And the basket. 18-6-4. LeBron sat for the second half as well. Marcus Smart to Rui Hachimura. 22-10 for Rui. Third quarter, Bronny's in the game with the steal. Bronny with the lay-in. Lakers are cruising. Drew Timmy. Dalton connects. I'm yelling. 131-107 is the final, as the Lakers are the 4 seed taking on the Rockets 5 seed. Nuggets and T-Wolves 3-6. The Thunder and the Spurs are top 2 seeds, waiting for whoever emerges from the play-in tournament. The Clippers beat the Warriors tonight. They'll redo it again in the 9-10. Suns and the Blazers are the 7-8 matchup in the play-in tournament. And joining us now after calling Nugget Spurs right here on ESPN is somebody who walked in the building 2 years before I walked out of it. Back here now on SportsCenter together. Tim Legler, good to see you, Tim. How are you, brother?
Rich, great to be on with you again. Good talking to you, and I'm really happy as anybody you're going to find that we finally have postseason matchups, and the playoffs are right around the corner. A lot of injuries this year in the regular season, but the playoffs are going to be phenomenal.
Well, let's start with a couple of injuries to the Lakers that could affect how long they are in the playoffs. We know that the Lakers are taking on the Rockets in the first round, Tim, and the Lakers handled the Rockets very well the last time they faced them in a week, twice. But that was back in March when Luka was the Western Conference Player of the Month and the Lakers with Austin Reeves were going off. Now neither guy are in. Give me the scenario in which LeBron and the rest of the Lakers can get through the Rockets without those other two.
Man, it's such an uphill climb now without Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. You know, a duo that combined for just under 60 points this year between the two of them. LeBron James really taking on that third role offensively, certainly capable of being a great player on any given night. But to ask anybody at 41 years old to now really put an offense on your shoulders going into a playoff series where teams can really focus in on you game by game and figure out ways to try to exploit a team's weaknesses. Without that additional offensive firepower, this is going to be a very difficult task for the Lakers against the Houston Rockets. And it's a shame because they had finally hit their stride, and they actually were starting to get into the conversation of what team team could upset the apple cart out there that we haven't talked about. You know, Oklahoma City, San Antonio are contenders. Denver as well is in that mix. The Lakers were the one other team you looked at because of how hot they were, and unfortunately just decimated with those 2 injuries. So it'll be a very interesting series, but an awful lot to ask of LeBron James to be out there as the lone offensive star for this team.
Nonetheless, they're going to ask him to do that. Now, as for the play-in tournament, 8 teams, 2 conferences. Give me the play-in tournament team that is best equipped to play out and make a nice deep run into the playoffs, Tim.
I think one in each conference I would look at. I'd look at Charlotte, and they're going to have to win 2 games, but they've been some story here for a few months, and they're doing it on both ends of the floor. Incredibly fun. They're entertaining. They're high-powered offensively. They're young. That's a team that's going to be very interesting to see how they perform in the play-in. And then out west, I'm looking at the Clippers, the way that they turned their season around after starting 6-21. And you've got a Kawhi Leonard on that team. You've got a ton of playoff experience. Now, they're going to play the Golden State Warriors in that first game with Steph Curry now just coming back to the action. So that's a fascinating play-in game to get Kawhi Leonard and Steph Curry. But if I look at a team that potentially, could make a run out of the play-in by winning 2 games, the Clippers look like a team that potentially could do that. But look, Phoenix and Portland are both good teams too, and so one of those 2 teams is going to get to 7. Whoever wins that Clippers-Golden State game is going to have to go on the road against either Phoenix or Portland. That won't be easy, but I look at that veteran leadership. I look at a guy like Kawhi Leonard, the year he had. That, to me, would be a team I'd look at and say, hey, maybe they're capable of pulling it off.
Yeah, especially for a team that when they traded away Harden and Zubac, everybody thought they were already looking to future years. Now, this could be a year for them to get out of the play-in tournament and make some noise potentially. Tim, great to see you, man.
Always, Rich. Talk to you soon.
SportsCenter commercial until just now. We're having a lot of fun tonight. Hopefully you are as well. Let's move things now back to the NBA. Western Conference action on Sunday. Blazers and Kings. A win for Portland would clinch the 8th seed in the West for the Blazers. Second quarter, Blazers up 7, Denny Avdia to the rim and the lay-in. Later in the quarter, Scoot Henderson does some scooting and a dunk. Scooting and dunking. Basically what I'm saying. Minute later, Toumani Camara with a slam. Blazers up 16. You're getting the drift here. Henderson, spot shadowing, driving, hooping, harming. Blazers up 13 after the made free throw. Shaedon Sharpe finds Avdia for 3. He had 25. Blazers locked into the 8th seed. They're going to face the Suns in the play-in tournament. Warriors, Clippers, Kawhi out, Steph Curry in, chewing on that mouth guard, and so difficult to guard when he does that. Nice dish from Kristaps Porzingis. Then Steph with the defense creates the break, and here's what you do. When he's open for 3, you pass it to him. Again, I'm no hoops expert, but I'm just saying if Steph Curry's open for 3, you should, okay, you get the point. Meanwhile, Darius Garland to John Collins. Nice play there in transition. Let's see some good ball movement. All right. There's 1 pass, 2 pass. Bogdanovich for 3. Clippers up 8. Under 8 to go, up 10. Benedict Mathurin. And the new look Clippers are going to host the Warriors in the play-in tournament, 9-10 games. Steve Kerr, talk afterwards, please.
We have a lot of respect for each other, and we'd much rather be playing in a best-of-7 series. But it is what it is. So play in. We gotta see what we can do.
And so what can they do is play a deciding game. In the history of the series, we see last time it happened, Game 7 of the first round, the Clippers got the best of the Warriors, but that was 12 years ago, 12 years before the Wednesday night 10 Eastern play-in game that you can see, and the 9-10 from into it. The Bucks were the first team that missed the cut, finishing 11th in the East, and Doc Rivers will not be returning to Milwaukee, sources telling Shams Charania. Bucks didn't make it out of that first round under Rivers. Attention now shifts to the future of Giannis in Milwaukee. And Giannis, quote, "That's a very good question. I don't know. It's not up to me. We'll see on the future with the Bucks." I feel like sometimes people just don't listen. They listen to sources. The main source is me. It is what it is. So again, don't disturb on my phone. Go about my day, improve, and come back better. So if everything goes well, hopefully the Bucks want me here. Why not? But if they don't, okay. So I guess it's not up to Giannis. We'll see.
So here's how the Western Conference playoffs look right now after the regular season ended on Sunday. So Thunder, the 1 seed, they'll face the winner of the 9-10, loser of the 7-8. And then you got the Spurs in the 2 slot, Nuggets, T-Wolves, 3-6, Lakers in that 4-5 matchup, Suns, Trailblazers in that 7-8 game, and they would take on the Spurs, whoever wins that one. How about the Clippers and Warriors? That should be an interesting matchup as well, with Steph Curry back in the fold for Golden State. Time now to welcome in CBS Sports NBA analyst John Gonzalez for our NBA Western Conference playoff preview. And John, let's start with the Nuggets. They beat the Wimbless Spurs, I should say. So they are the 3 seed going up against Ant-Man and the Wolves as the 6 seed. Could we be headed for another epic 7-game series like we saw in 2024? Or do you think things will go a little bit differently based on how the teams are constructed?
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be a really great series. And I think, look, for the Nuggets, whether or not they were the 3 seed or the 4 seed didn't really matter for them. They're hot right now. They want to stay hot, but it didn't really matter for them because ultimately, no matter what side of the bracket they end up on, you have to face either the Spurs or Oklahoma City in the second round, and then ostensibly the other one in the conference finals if you should make it that far. If you're the Wolves and you've gone to back-to-back Western Conference finals, you're bummed about this. You didn't want to see the Nuggets in the first round. You would have much rather seen the Los Angeles Lakers, who are hobbled and without Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. So you see the Nuggets win this game and you go, oh man, this is a bummer, especially because the Nuggets have won 3 of 4 against the Wolves this season. So not great if you're the Wolves, but I think it's going to be a fantastic series. And the Nuggets are playing their best basketball when it matters most, right? I mean, they had so many injury issues this year, Chris. Now all of a sudden they're starting to get healthy. Peyton Watson's still out. We'll see whether or not he's available for this series. And if so, what kind of Peyton Watson you're getting. But you're getting Joker at the top of his game, Christian Brown, Cam Johnson, Aaron Gordon, all who had injury issues. They're back. Jamal Murray, who had his best career season, made All-Star, is going to make All-NBA. And then the deepest team the Joker's ever had around him with that bench of THJ, Bruce Brown, and Jonas Valanciunas. Man, yes, I'm really excited for this series. It's going to be a good one.
Absolutely, should be pure cinema. Now, you mentioned the Lakers, okay, just riddled with injuries. Austin Reeves, probably not going to be in the first round matchup. You know, Luka Doncic, probably not going to be in the first round matchup. So they're counting on LeBron James, the 41-year-old, going up against KD and his Rockets. What do you think about this matchup for the Lakers going up against the Rockets, who, again, you know, have been up and down and they've showed inconsistencies, but I would feel like they have the edge against the Lakers based on the fact that they only have one big-time star in LeBron right now healthy?
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, no matter who the Lakers are going to play in the first round, and it's going to be the Rockets, but if it was the Wolves would have been favored, and the Rockets are going to be favored because of exactly what you said. Look, I was a little skeptical of the Lakers when they were fully healthy, Chris. LeBron James, Luka, and Austin. Yeah, absolutely, right? I mean, those 3 guys together, excellent big 3, right? And let's just go back a week and a half when they had won 15 of 17 games and they're going to Oklahoma City and everybody's talking about, oh man, the Lakers are really on the come. They're playing really good basketball. Maybe this could be a statement game for them against the Thunder. And it was. It just wasn't the kind of statement game that they were hoping for, because not only did OKC absolutely run them off the floor, but also then they go ahead and they lose Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. And those 2 guys are not playing in this first round series. And I got bad news for Lakers fans. There's not going to be a second round series, because even though the Rockets have been up and down this season, the Rockets are infinitely better with the strength that they have right now than the Lakers have. LeBron James at 41 years old, what an amazing season. But you're asking him to go from the 3rd option, which JJ Redick had said earlier this season, when LeBron is our 3rd option, when he's 3rd in usage rate, that's when we're at our best. He was right about that. Now you're asking him to go not only to be the 1 option, but basically the only option. I mean, after that, you're looking at DeAndre Ayton, Marcus Smart, Jake LaRavia. The other night, Chris, they needed Luke Kennard to have his first ever career triple-double just so they could keep it close and still lose to the Mavericks. You're telling me that they're going to beat the Rockets with KD and Alperen Şengün and Amen Thompson? That's not going to happen. It's been fun, Lakers. It's 1-2-3 Cancun time.
Dang, another Cancun ending for the Lakers here in the first round, according to our John Gonzalez. For the Thunder, though, John, okay, they are the 1 seed. They have looked so dominant and locked in, even with all the lineup changes. Now, we thought maybe they would break the Warriors' record of 73-9. That wasn't happening. But do you feel like they'll face any adversity in the Western Conference playoffs so far?
They will, but probably not until the Western Conference Finals. And if you're looking for the biggest winner of today's action, it's the Oklahoma City Thunder, which nobody wanted to hear, right? Because what happened today? The Nuggets ended up winning, getting the 3 seed, and they ended up on the same end of the bracket as the San Antonio Spurs, which means the Thunder, let's just go through here and just game it out, right? I mean, like, this is a team that's 7th in offensive rating, 1st in defensive rating. They have the best point differential in the NBA, almost at a historic number. They set the record last year. They almost equaled it again this year. So they didn't get to that win total that we thought that they might, Chris, but they're that good again this season. They've got the defending MVP and maybe the 2-time MVP. We'll see whether or not he wins it, but he's certainly the favorite. And they're healthy again. So they're deep, they're healthy. And what's their path to the finals of the Western Conference Finals? Well, they're going to get whoever comes out of the 8th seed. So you're looking at the Suns, the Blazers, the Clippers, the Warriors. That's a sweep. Maybe one of those teams steals a game off of them. I doubt it, but whatever. They're moving on, right? Second round, now you're looking at the winner of the 4-5 matchup between the Lakers and Rockets. Again, I think that's a pretty easy series for the Thunder. They won 2 out of 3 against the Rockets, and as I mentioned, I seriously doubt that the Lakers are winning that series. So you don't have to play the Spurs or the Nuggets, your biggest competition in the Western Conference, until the Western Conference Finals. If you're the Thunder, you'll take that all day long. You're the defending champs. Going back to the finals goes through your house. You're the 1 seed. So they're sitting pretty right now. If I'm Oklahoma City, I'm feeling really good about this draw.
Yeah, the Oklahoma City Thunder looking to go back-to-back and show that last year was not a fluke. John Gonzalez, always appreciate the insight, brother. So here are the odds to win the Western Conference. And shocker, the Thunder are the favorites at -155. Then it's the Spurs at +310, followed by the Nuggets, and a huge jump, or drop-off, I should say. Next team, the Rockets, at +2,200. Coming up, so we have our playoff matchup set for the East and West, and our John Gonzalez is going to fill out his NBA playoff bracket. You don't want to miss it. It's coming up next, right here on